Diary of an ID theft victim or survivor, I've renamed this part 10. It's been a while, almost a year since I made my last recording. I was just reviewing some of the old recordings yesterday on YouTube and kind of reflecting on the last year, almost a year. It's about 9 months now, long enough to have a baby. I wish. And a lot has happened in that time, but I'm very grateful to still be alive, to still be surviving in spite of everything. And there's been a lot of changes. I have on my Can't Live Without My Radio t-shirt. Big up LL Cool J and the whole hip-hop fraternity, all the rappers and people doing good works. I hope that there's going to be a renaissance in the movement right now towards positive thinking, positive lyrics and constructive reasoning that will help to uplift people. Getting back to my story, a lot has changed in the last year. I've cut my hair, as you can see. I've lost a tooth and I've even got a couple of grey hairs in there somewhere. I've also changed location. I'm no longer in Jamaica. I had to get out of the country for a while and take a break because of the election coming up, which is this week, Thursday. And there was a lot of strife, a lot of gunshots going off in my area. I live in Montego Bay, in a notorious area in the ghetto. And it was really, really getting very uptight for me. I mean, I had to be very brave walking around the street sometime late at night, because I had to go out just to be able to get food, just to be able to charge my phone. I got to the situation where my light was disconnected, my internet was off, I couldn't do any more work at home. I couldn't even charge my phone at home. I was living in a complete destitute situation. I'm thankful that I still had a roof over my head and I still had water, but it was really, really difficult to get anything done. So I got the opportunity at the end of the year around my birthday to get on a flight and get out of there, and I did, to save myself from being in total starvation, because I don't know if you can notice, but I've also lost a lot of weight since last year, not being able to work. I went for an interview in Jamaica just before the New Year, just before Christmas. I got an interview finally after months of searching. And my tooth broke at the same time, which was really unfortunate. But I mean, in Jamaica, people are very, very superficial. There's very high standards when it comes to grooming. And it was unfortunate that I didn't have any money to take care of my teeth, even though it costs quite a lot less in Jamaica than it does in the States to fix teeth. So yeah, I came over to Florida to get a break and to try and get back on with some work on my computer. So I will be getting back on with doing some promotions, as I usually do, for new, fresh talent, young artists, young business entrepreneurs. And at the same time, I'm here trying to grind as much as I can with the little resources that I have and try and make some money online. So currently, I'm doing applications and looking at possible projects that I'm taking up right now with clients. I usually work in sales and marketing. I use my voice not just to sing and to perform and to educate and entertain people, but I also have been in the sales business for more than 5 years, about 10 years or more in sales and marketing. And I can basically sell anything as long as it's legal and as long as I think it's a good product, because I'm quite a genuine person and I like to sell something that I think is actually useful and helpful to people. So I'm going to leave this right here, but I will be back very soon. Hopefully, I want to make a video, as I promised last year. I want to continue where I left off, and I want to make a video warning people about the risks of identity theft and guiding them through some of the steps they can take to try to secure their life. But really and truly, there isn't much you can do, because the problem is really systemic, and changes need to be made in the system. The Data Protection Act is there, but at the end of the day, people find a way around all of these systems. I myself am still being harassed. Daily, I have to take precautions with my computers. I know that my life has been hacked into, my computer's been hacked into, and there isn't really much I can do apart from taking as much precautions as I can, because, as I'm sure you're aware, I saw an article recently on CNN News that hackers were able to gain access into government computers to get information about FBI agents. So, I mean, if they can hack into government systems and banking systems and stuff, what can little me do to stop myself from being hacked? What I'd like to do is send a message out to those people who are trying to destroy my life, to tell them that I am Almighty God's child and I am blessed and I'm protected, and I have not only Archangel Michael and Gabriel by my side, but I have many angels that God has sent to ensure that I'm still alive and I'm still in one piece. And although I may have been suffering quite somewhat from the disturbance in my life, I'm still alive. And there's nothing anybody can do to take me from here until God is ready for me, until my mission is completed. I'm still on a mission to greatness. I still want to achieve some of my goals in life. I still want to record some music of my own. I still want to produce some of my art forms. I still want to teach. I still want to edutain and inspire younger artists and up-and-coming people, help refine their product, promote and develop other people's arts and businesses. And I'm still working on that. So in the meantime, I'm leaving you all with this. I wanted to tell you recently, last week I missed the Grammys because there's been so much going on in my life. Just trying to stay alive and just trying to stay sane and just trying to stay up is enough for me right now. I'm living in a temporary situation, and I give thanks for every single good person who has helped me along the way with either a place to stay overnight or a meal to eat. There's been times that I have been in situations where I've had to beg somebody for help, and that is not me. But unfortunately, I have been subjected to so much that I've been put in a situation that I'd rather not be in. So, you know, it can happen to anyone. Believe me when I tell you, identity theft is something that is so prevalent. There are so many people's computers who have been hacked. They don't even know that they've been hacked. And what's happened to me could happen to anybody. Don't judge. You never know what somebody is going through. You never know what burden that person is carrying. Sometimes you may hear somebody talking and it may sound like it's like a crazy story, a crazy scenario, and you probably think, well, maybe they had to do something. No, you don't have to do anything wrong, and there's nobody to blame. There were just some very unscrupulous people out there that would do anything to get hold of people's information and to use it for their profit. And also there are people who would like to get hold of papers like mine, which are British, so they can gain access into countries without needing a visa. And so there's many countries in the world that can be subject to, you know, breaches of immigration by using either a US citizen or a British citizen or a European country that, you know, has good relations in terms of visas and less visa requirements. And there are also people, because I'm a dual citizen and I have Jamaican citizenship as well as British, who would like to gain access to services in Jamaica and who don't want to pay the fees that are associated with being a non-resident. So they go about it the wrong way and try to buy papers that will help them to gain access to work and also even buying properties and all kinds of things that are available to you if you're a citizen of the country, whereas if you're a non-citizen, then you'd have to pay quite high fees for, you know, for work permits and for example. And I'm sure you know this, there are people who are willing to get married, there are people who are willing to do all kinds of things just to gain entry into a country, just to get residency, just to pay less for certain rights that they wouldn't have unless they were a citizen or a resident. So that being said, there's an election taking place in Jamaica in 3 days from now. It's Monday the 22nd. The election is on Thursday the 25th. It doesn't look like I'm going to be there to vote. But to be honest, right now I want to know, where is the PPP? Yeah, the People's Political Party. I want to know, where is the opposition to the opposition, because from my experiences and what I was going through in Montego Bay in Jamaica, I'm really disappointed with both sides, because I went to both sides and I asked for assistance and I couldn't even get a job. And I am somebody who was an entrepreneur who came to Jamaica and put a lot of effort into trying to build a business. And I really do think that it's about time the politicians start actually caring about people like myself who are trying to help develop Jamaica, land we love, and not just being so cutthroat and so interested in winning an election that they put their money in and into the hands of the wrong people who just want to use it to try to strangle the life literally out of people just to get a vote. I mean, I don't agree that that is the right way for us to be going about politics. So I hope and I pray that this rest of this week is peaceful and that the election process in Jamaica is peaceful, and that whichever side wins, because it seems to be very bipolar, one or the other, black or white, green or orange, as we know for the longest time. I hope that they actually make lasting positive changes and that Jamaica helps to develop the younger, talented people who are growing up and who need opportunities to develop, grow, blossom, and to do something positive and constructive in their country, and that the opportunities are available to people not depending on who they know and how much money they have in their pocket and who they're connected to, what their father's name is, or which school they went to, if they went to St. Andrews or if they went to whatever, not emancipation, immaculate. I'm just talking, but the fact of the matter is you Jamaicans know exactly what I'm talking about. I think the opportunity should be given to people based on merits, not based on who they know and how much money they have in their pocket or what class they come from. There is a whole heap of talented people, intelligent, educated people in Jamaica. There's a whole heap of student graduates who have more education than me who can't get a job. Right now we need to do something to make Jamaica a place where people can actually stay and develop and grow and become something, so that they don't have to go out of their way to get involved with criminal activities and fraud just to get out of the country, so that they feel that they can go somewhere else to have an opportunity. I'm disappointed that I had to leave to come over here, but the fact of the matter is this is part of my story, part of my experience, and it was necessary for me to do that because I didn't have hardly anybody helping me. And I was literally in pain at Christmas. My teeth are broken, and I was hardly eating food, and I was living in a state of complete depression with no light and no possible chance of getting any work. And it's not possible for me to sit down and wait until the election for me to be able to move forward with my life. That would have been another couple of, at that point they were saying April, Easter. Another 2 or 3 months sitting down in that type of situation with people trying to get me involved with things that were beneath me. I don't even want to tell you about some of the things that were going on, but I've been insulted and I've been disrespected and I've been through a whole heap of pain and suffering. So I hope that in the long run that this is worth it, and that something good happens to my people, my country, and something good happens so that they change the system and make it much harder for people to get away with trying to take somebody's identity and destroy somebody's life, and that the criminal justice system finds a way to be more just, to be more productive and constructive, and change the laws to protect innocent people like myself, so that my human rights are not violated, and my rights as a citizen of Jamaica, as a citizen of the UK, and my rights to travel are not violated. God bless you all. Be well. This is a long one, but it has been almost 12 months. I send love and light to everybody, and know that the righteous people shall triumph. Good must win over evil. And the Lord says, hold the faith, wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thy heart. Wait on the Lord. And remember what I told you last year. Seek ye first the kingdom of Almighty God, and all things shall be given unto you. God bless.